Hello, who's there? Y'all, I'm just getting in the house. I mean, when I tell you what a crazy day. Just walked in the door. Whew. Man, I'm telling you, when you are going for something major in your life, sometimes you have to make some sacrifices, and there are some things that you gotta do. Right? And tonight was one of those nights. I'm so thankful as I am Keisha Laluz Carter, and I am also a business partner with Tracy Lynn Jewelry, and we had a meeting tonight. I had to get with the partners, and I am so glad that I did. It was so revitalizing and seeing those lovely people. So, love after cancer. I'm just trying to wait a moment or two. I'm going to be on and be off. I'm not going to hold y'all tonight. But I definitely said that I was going to get on and talk to you all about love after cancer. The number one way to manifest your transformation. The number one way to manifest your transformation. So I don't know about any of you that there's some of you that know me, and there's some of you that don't know me. Let's see. Hello. Thank you for joining. How are you tonight? So, some of you have been through some trying times. I get it. Some of you may have had cancer. Maybe not. I know some people that have been in car accidents, that have had injuries to their legs, brain aneurysms, muscular sclerosis. I don't know if I said that right. But it doesn't have to be cancer. It could be any type of situation in your life. Hello. Hi, Chi. Oh my gosh, it's been a long time. How you doing? Girl, it's been so long. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining me. Hello. Thanks for joining. I am just going to talk about transformation. I know I'm grown now, girl. I'm not a little girl anymore. And that's part of what I'm talking about tonight. Actually, the transformation that I've been through. I'm about to celebrate my birthday next Friday. And when I think about where I've come from, where I've been over the last something years, it's been a journey. And I want to just start off by talking about who I was when I moved to North Carolina in 2008. I thought I had my mind together. I didn't know. I didn't realize how much of myself that I didn't know. And so, when you talk about a transformation, I've done a 180. Like, I've been transformed, and I'm still transforming. Actually, I'm going through another process. It seems like when you are becoming a different person, you go through phases. Hello. Thank you for joining. So you go through some phases where it's I can speak for myself. It's like there may be a character, a part of your character that needs to be strengthened. And I believe that God, as I saw a demonstration this weekend, God chisels at you a little bit at a time, just to get rid of those things that need to be gone. And so for me, I can see where And when I look back over my life, I can see where God has chiseled certain things away from me in different seasons. So, you know, we all have different seasons in our lives as we are growing and developing and learning about who we are. And so for my transformation, when I moved here in 2008, as a single mom, my daughter had not turned 2 just yet. And I lost my confidence completely. I didn't get the job that I thought I was going to get. I gained 20 pounds and I was just eating. Y'all know I like to eat. And my mama was cooking and I was eating. And I started looking inward and I wasn't happy with what I was seeing. Then 6 months, I lost count. Yeah, 7 months later, I go to the doctor and my life turned upside down. I started going to doctor's appointments after doctor's appointments. And next thing you know, March of 2009, they diagnosed me with stage 2B cervical cancer. A month later, I have surgery and they say, hey, wait a minute. It's not 2B, it's 3. Yes, girl, you got stage 3 cervical cancer, squamous cell carcinoma. I was like, what? Okay, well, what do we need to do so that I could get rid of this thing? That's all I could think about. All I could think about was, what's next? What do we need to do? Okay, we need to do this. All right, let's get on. Let's do this. And I remember having chemo, radiation. I had internal and external radiation. And I remember being sedated because whenever I had internal radiation, it had to pack my insides with this looked like cotton stuff. And they would have to put me under. So I went under. I remember going into the waiting room. They had to check to make sure that there is this thing they had to put in my cervix where they shot the beads of radiation through my cervix. And so I was waiting in the room with my mom. And I remember telling my doctor, my radiation oncologist, that the cancer was going to shrink so fast, his head was going to spin. I know I was sedated. I know. Because I was closing my eyes, having dreams, waking up, talking about my dreams, didn't know whether I was awake or not. But I do remember saying that. And not knowing then, going through that cancer experience, I was diagnosed in January prematurely. It wasn't like confirmed until March. And going through chemo and radiation through to July of 2009, it didn't end there. Because you have those experiences after, the bleeding, the pain, the frightening, like you fearing death all the time, scared to go out the house, scared to drive, whatever the case may be. It didn't stop after my treatment. So I'm laughing because it's amazing how when you go through something with that's trying, if you know what I'm talking about, give me a thumbs up, say amen. When you're going through a trying time, either you're going to have faith or fear, right? We know that. You either going to have faith or fear. And I didn't know that I had faith. I did not know I had that much faith until I got out of the situation. But during that time, all I could think about was, it's going to go. You have to, God, I trust you. You told me that by your stripes I'm healed. And that's all I thought about. And so basically, during the treatment, during cancer, I had like this supernatural level of faith that I didn't even know existed inside of me. But I also was dealing with low self-esteem. I was also having not believing in myself, right? That was some stuff that I was dealing with prior to cancer. So after cancer, during cancer, and after cancer, it just multiplied. It went to a whole nother level. I didn't care about how I did my hair. I wasn't caring about how I was dressed. I was not caring at all. I just was glad to be alive. And excuse me, all I cared about was making sure that my little girl was fine, that she had what she needed, that she was dressed, that she was fed. That's it. I didn't care. All I wanted to do was live, to be here with her. So the little girl that I was, becoming dependent and didn't realize it, having these negative self-talk and didn't realize it, not loving my body, not loving who I was, not believing that I can accomplish the things that other people saw in me. They said that I could do, and I'm looking at them like, okay, if you say so. Well, let me tell you, I then joined a business. You know, some people know that I'm a partner with Tracy Lynn Fashion Jewelry. And I've learned that it's the people you're connected to can seriously impact your life positively or negatively. And so I know tonight I'm talking about the number one way that I believe I've manifested my transformation. And it happened when I joined Tracy Lynn Jewelry because I started working on my mind. I started thinking differently. I started connecting to people who spoke life into me. They keep me accountable. The people who, when they see you not speaking in your power voice. For those of you who knew me when I was a little girl, I used to talk so soft. I can't even do it anymore. That's how much I've transformed. Let me tell you, when you transform your life and you know for sure that it's transformed, you can't even go back. You can't even pretend to be that person that you used to be. And so it's so funny because I can't do it. I cannot do it unless there are times that I see it come back. That voice will come back. And thank God I have a circle of people around me. If they hear it, they make me aware and I fix it immediately. I started paying attention to the way that I looked in the mirror. I remember having a conversation with someone and I was asked about what I like about myself. I didn't like much of anything at that time. This was during one of my seasons where I was chiseling away. Who's that? Hey, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Just got it cut. Just got it touched up, I should say. So you say, yes, I did. Chichi, I did not realize that y'all was commenting. Sorry. Y'all know it don't take much for me to get distracted. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, go back. So when I should not have looked down. Cheryl, I looked down and I saw your words and I forgot what I was saying. Okay, we're going back. Transformation, girl. So I come on, y'all. I can't believe I did that. So, okay, we're going to go back here. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. See, I love you. Who you connecting to? So I looked in the mirror and I started working on how I thought, the things that I was saying about myself to myself. I started changing the way that I spoke about myself. Even if I didn't like what I saw, I told myself what I wanted to feel. So I wanted to like my legs because I didn't like them. I was picked on all my life about having skinny legs. So I started working on what I thought about myself when I looked in the mirror. I started I'm currently, I recognize that in order for me to stay the person that I am, because I recognize that, like the word says, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. There are times where, when you're working on your mind, that is what I believe is the number one way to manifest your transformation, is to work on your mindset. When you do, just get ready, because the enemy doesn't want you to. So I know for me, I have to listen to positive things every single day. And if I skip a day that may lead to 2 days or 3 days, it doesn't work for me, because my mind, just like our computers, I have to be reprogrammed. Growing up, when I was in middle school, I remember I came home from school. My mom was at work, and was it middle school? I don't remember. Around that time, I came home from school, and I was not happy. I wanted to commit suicide, and I stood over the sink, and I told myself that, I was ready to go. I heard a voice that said, Keisha, your future is big. It's great. There's a great future that I have for you, and your family loves you. What's your mom going to do with you not being here anymore? And so all these thoughts started coming through my head, and I got madder because I wanted to go, but then I didn't. And so I started, during this time that I go through, like I said, the different seasons, when I started working on my mindset, I remembered that moment at the sink. And I realized that there are going to be times where life will hit you, and you may feel like you cannot breathe. You may feel like you cannot make it. You may feel like everything, your whole world is just tumbling from up under you. So that's why it's so important that we keep in mind who we have in our ear, what we listen to, and what we're saying about ourselves. So I talked a little bit about who I was. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am right now. Right now, I am Keisha LaLuz Carter. I do say that with confidence because I recognize that there's a light, la luz meaning the light in Spanish. There's a light living on the inside of me. There's a light that I have to share with the world. And so I speak now with confidence, and I wake up with purpose. I now know that there's a reason why I'm here. After going through cancer, I recognize that I live because my purpose has not completely been fulfilled. Now, if it was my time to go, it was my time to go. But it was not. It was not my time. And so I recognize that the person that I am today, get ready. Because I'm going to tell you, tomorrow I won't be the same. Next month, I'm not going to be the same. In the months to come, the years to come, I'm not going to be the same because I'm constantly working to be better. I'm constantly working on my mind. I'm reading books. I'm going to conferences. I'm thinking about who I hang around, who I talk to, who I let in my ear gates. Because let me tell you, if you want to manifest your transformation, you got to protect your mind. You got to protect your mind like you protect your child. You got to protect your mind like you protect your home. You put an alarm on your home. You get a dog that barks real loud and try to scare people off from coming into your property. That's the same thing we got to do with our mind. And so Having the support is great, but it's not enough. You have to want it, as Eric Thomas says, as bad as you want to breathe. You got to have the desire to be who you were created to be before the foundation of this world. You got to have that hunger. And it starts with one moment at a time. 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time. As I learned through cancer, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a gradual progression, but it starts with your mind. So I'm going to come back. I want you to think about Romans 12:2, where it says to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you got to do it every single day. And I love what the Amplified version says of my favorite book, the BIBLE, the Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that we can test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will, and his plan and his purpose for your life. If you don't know your purpose, if you don't know why you live, start working on your mind and go after those things that you just absolutely love. And don't forget that somebody's looking forward to you waking up every day. Somebody's looking to you so they can have a smile on their face. There's someone that is waiting for you to show up to change their life. Let's get it done. Let's start today. Join me as I share my story, as I share with you about the stories of others. Love after cancer. I had to, as my secret, shipmate from work gave me this awesome reminder to believe in yourself. Starting with your mind. It starts today. Don't wait another minute. Get started today. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. Find reasons to be grateful. And I'll be back again. Love After Cancer with Keisha Lawless Carter. Have a great night. Thank you for joining me.